Welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now. Hello, welcome to this episode of HumanityWins.net. Today is episode 129 from October the 26th of the year 2022. Today is a Wednesday, and today's episode is going to be aligning with our infinite being, okay? So I'm going to explain in a second what I'm trying to say by saying that. And I wanted to say that today I'm going to try a few more things in production. This is a new style in a way, because this self-presentation, one-person chat, usually just me, and I cannot insert videos or web pages on that. So I'm trying something different today. I'm going to present some stuff to you, and I hope you enjoy it, okay? I'm trying my best here. It's not a professional production. I recognize that. I've tried to solve all the issues with the audio echo, audio being high and low. Please send all your comments. Please send everything, okay? I'll try. Believe me, I do take them into account, and I'm trying my best to present a good production to you, either entertaining or it resonates with you. That will be perfect. If it bothers you, don't watch, don't subscribe, unsubscribe, because this is not the point. It's not something for you at this time. It doesn't mean you are wrong and I'm right, or the opposite. It just means we're not colliding, we're not resonating, okay? So we're not like latching on. So talking about latching on, thank you for all new subscribers. We have been picking a few subscribers on BitChute, on Rumble particularly, and thank you for, it's an honor that you decide to stay with the channel. Hopefully you will stay on, and I'm able to either entertain you or resonate with you, so you find this channel valuable. I know your time is very valuable. Really, for me, it's an honor that you're watching like that, an honor. I'm not joking. And I understand. I try to make these videos as fast as possible, because I understand we're all very busy. We all have limited amount of time and energy on this reality. Okay, in other realities, time is really truly irrelevant. Energy is truly relevant. We're going to be full. It's like a tank of gas. It's going to be full, and we're not going to be concerned about it. Similar in this reality to what happens with air, okay? With air, that you are not concerned about air on this reality. It's going to be like that for many things as we go into the new world I've been talking about. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about, this is kind of a follow-up from Monday's episode on the you know, I've got a couple of emails and friends telling me if this, for example, the SRT, spiritual response therapy, it's like a Ouija board. And no, they seem very similar. I understand that the misconception that they might be the same thing or similar. No, it's like a apple and oranges. With a Ouija board, and I think I'll do soon an episode on demonic possession and how Ouija boards work. You're actually tapping into lower realms. You're asking through your own free will. You're opening yourself to the spirits that they love to talk to you, okay? They're lost souls, they're lost spirits, they're in lower vibration, they're like trapped there. So of course they want to talk to you, they love to talk to you, but unfortunately you need to be careful, because yes, they can try and harm you, they can try and deceive you. Oh, so how does it sound? Like this reality, like the system on this reality. That's why I say, yes, the argument or the school of thought that this reality is a big demonic possession, it has merit, okay? In my humble opinion, it has merit, because it's basically the same thing. When you go with a Ouija board, or you don't need a Ouija board, by the way, when you just embrace these lower realities and you want to talk to the spirits, they're going to love to talk to you. They're going to open a portal from the anti-universe, from the lower realms, similar to the portals that CERN in Switzerland tries to open, but they are more focused opening portals to higher realms, but that's impossible. That's not achievable artificially. You have to naturally upgrade and vibrate in those realms. They of course want the shortcut, want to hack it, want to fake it, want to keep using this cheating, okay? So to the lower realms, no, you can, I mean, I wouldn't have a good reason to really dwell into that, and I'm not advising it, but it's how Ouija boards work, okay? So I'm going to explain it further, because there's no problem at all to talk about the demonic possession, because it's real, because it can happen to you, because maybe you need the information. It happened to me in an organic way. I was not looking for it. I went into a place. I already spoke about this 2-3 times. It was a hotel room, and there was a portal there. So it happened to me, and it's scary, okay? So don't dwell into it. Certainly don't do it through your own free will. And in a way, that's something totally different from SRT. SRT is actually, it's just like a book of diagrams, and there's a pendant, and the healer is actually not doing anything, just being the way it works, okay? It's being, I'm forgetting the word, but it's like the medium in a way, but medium is also a word that is related to Ouija boards. But it's just vibrating, and it's joining you in your frequency, and you are dictating the therapy. So actually you and a council of guides, some call them angels, ascended masters, whatever you want to call them, are the ones helping you on this therapy to uncover this trauma. Okay, trauma usually from past lives. It could be from this life. This is not related to this episode, but I'm doing this clarifying publicly what I already did privately to a couple of people, that it's clearing this trauma, because the only thing is for you to know it, okay? Because it's suppressed in your memories, in your unconscious memory, okay? It's inside you, but it's not consciously available. You have to tap into it. You have to ask to go into it. So what happens is when you go into it, you understand it, you have to clear it, and the way to clear it is self-forgiving, okay? Doesn't matter what you did. That's why we mustn't judge anyone, okay? Anyone. Doesn't matter what they did in this reality, because maybe 3 lifetimes ago, you were that person. So that's why we mustn't judge anyone. The only thing we can send to the darkness is light, hoping that it will, be less dark, okay? Send your love to everyone, to the darkness and to the light. And it's a process. I know it's very difficult to grasp. And then we have the concept of justice, that is an implanted human notion by the system. It doesn't exist, honestly, on the universe. That's the way I see it. This concept of justice, eye to eye, we have to pay for our bad deeds. No, we have to understand them. We are our own executioners of justice through the karma system, okay? And this is the way. Okay, understanding, clearing your trauma, whatever happened to you, whatever, also forgiving and forgetting. Okay, maybe someone did something to you on this lifetime or a previous lifetime, and you clear the trauma by forgiving and forgetting. There's no justice there. There's not going to be a punishment, okay? You have to forgive and forget. That's the only thing I can suggest to you. Again, these are suggestions, and no one to tell you how to live your life. You have your own free will. You have to do it. You have to understand it. But I'm just saying these are the tools available. So you have SRT therapy in your country, which I'm sure you have. Also, by the way, SRT therapy could be done through like this medium, okay, like a Zoom or a Skype type of thing, because it doesn't need the physical contact. At the end, this is all in the ether, in the universe, okay? So that's where you reach your Akashic records, and they're out there anyway. They're not in the room you're having with the healer. So it could certainly work the same, basically, if you do it, through, if you're, for example, in one country and the healer is another one, it works, okay? I personally prefer it. I think there's no substitute for face-to-face things, okay? So in a way, it's like having a meeting through Zoom or having a meeting face-to-face. They say it's the same thing. Some people say that. Some people say it's even better in Zoom because, you could be more relaxed in a way. I prefer face-to-face interaction, okay? But that's a preference, but that doesn't mean that therapy doesn't work if it's done remotely. It works perfectly, okay? Similar, you probably have heard it, on a therapy that is different thing, but it's more healing through energy, and that is Reiki, okay? That works also remotely. And some people say, well, how? Yes, through your own frequency, your own vibration, the healer will connect to that and will send the energy, which is in the quantum field, is in the ether, in the universe. So you could be in another planet and it will work, okay? So don't worry if the healer is in Europe and you're in America, it's gonna work. It doesn't matter the distance. It truly doesn't matter, okay? Distance, time, and speed in the universe are irrelevant. They're only relevant in this reality because the 3 are scarce. Speed is scarce, time is scarce, and distance distance, time, and speed, the 3 are scarce in this reality. We wanna go as fast as we go. We wanna go as far as we can go. We wanna go again, using the less time possible, because time is scarce, because the only constrictions on this reality, okay? So that's why in the quantum field, in the ether, they don't matter at all. So first of all, I want to share with you, talking about, again, this is the second thing I want to share from Monday's episode. I saw this on a video from David Icke. Again, I still follow David Icke, Alex Jones, and that, and usually I scan their videos to see if there's something interesting there. On this one, I watched it for a while. It was 1 hour and 42 minutes. I honestly didn't finish it, but I watched like 30 minutes. But the interesting part, there's a commercial, let's call it, from a sponsor of David Icke, and it's related to what we spoke on Monday. So quickly, very quickly, because we already have gone 10 minutes, I've already taken from this episode. Quickly, we're going to watch it together, and I'm going to give you briefly my thoughts, and we're going to jump into today's episode, which is a blog post from Kenneth Schmidt, which is very good stuff, and we're going to take it from there. But it is all connected. This is connected to Monday's episode. Let's watch it together, and this is my first try to try this, so if there are any glitches, I apologize in advance. Okay, so now we move to BitChute. Please look at your screen.
My name is Sarah Jane Smith, and I'm a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner. This technique achieves the deepest possible level of hypnosis. This unique way of hypnosis is a very powerful tool which can help people with mental, emotional, and physical trauma. This therapy is so powerful that all you need is one session. You can get answers to all of your life questions. First, we'll get an understanding of what caused the issue so that healing can begin. Expand your consciousness and remember who you truly are. Are you ready to unlock the potential of your soul and free your mind?
Hey, so again, this is my first time switching tabs like that. Unfortunately, it went well. Actually, the video surprised me a little bit because it autoplayed. It's the way Bichot behaves. Yes, so you might want to look into that. I'm not going to share the link publicly on the show notes because I don't endorse it. I don't know this lady. I don't know this therapy. But basically what she's saying sounds to me like hypnosis therapy like the one I had. So yes, that works also. What I understand is this therapy, hypnosis, doesn't go into the Akashic records, doesn't go into the cloud, the ether. It goes into yourself and goes those records. You have a copy only of you on your DNA. The amazing thing about DNA, okay, it merits an episode on its own. But the amazing thing, it holds a lot of information because I remember I shared on this episode. Mainstream will tell you 98% of DNA is junk. What they're telling us, we don't understand it. So here we go with the assumption. So because we don't understand it, and we're arrogant and we're not humble, science, it has to be junk, because if not, we will understand it. No, not at all, Saline. And 2% is the one they understand. It has to do with ribonucleic acids and stuff like that, and stuff that kind of tells how your genes and your, in a way, they present you disease, how it could happen to you, it doesn't happen to others. Explain a few things. But let's not bother about the 2%, okay? Because that's all about your physical body. The 98% has, among other things, has all your memories, and it has your Akashic records, okay? So I believe this therapy, like this lady is explaining, is actually through your unconscious. It gets you in a hyper-meditated state, in a hypnosis state. You are allowing through your own free will that the therapist or healer has control over you to ask you questions to your unconscious. Okay, that's very important. So be careful, because with who you go, it has to be something you really trust. Again, if this is in David Icke and has a public promotion like that, I don't think you have to worry. Okay, so I would suggest if you want to go, you're in the UK, go. It's probably the therapy could also be done online, by the way. And the healer goes into your unconscious, starts asking questions. So your unconscious has the key to the locks of the DNA, okay? So your unconscious, mainstream science is not able to tap into the 99%, but your unconscious, yes, for you only, of course. So the unconscious taps into that, and the healer starts asking questions. So they could ask, let's go back 500 years, 2,000 years, 10,000 years, whatever. They just kind of start whatever the therapy takes them, and they try to clear this trauma, things that have happened to you. For example, you could have drowned on a previous lifetime. You could have been in a submarine. This has to be recent, of course. It has to be 100 years, 50 years at the most. 100 at the most, 50, probably 30. Who knows? Maybe your last lifetime you drowned in a submarine. That's very traumatic. If you don't, you have forgotten about it, but you're probably in this lifetime you're going to be afraid of the sea. You're going to be afraid of pools. You're not going to want to learn to swim. You're going to be really stressed among water. Whatever you get something in your throat and you feel like you are, choking yourself, you're going to be extremely stressed, more than a normal person. That has to do with the trauma from the previous life or 2 lives ago that you drowned. And again, I said a submarine. I don't know why. You could have drowned in a lake, in the sea. It's very simple ways to drown. Okay, you have to be a soldier to be in a submarine and all that. Probably now there are airplanes. You could have been involved in a crash last lifetime. So maybe you're afraid to fly. These are all examples, okay? Maybe you see airplanes and you get really stressed. If you clear that trauma, you're going to be fine. You're going to understand, first of all, that death doesn't exist. You continuously exist as a spirit. These are all like expressions. This what you see right here in this camera is just an expression. It's not me. I know it now. Okay, it's a different thing, me, and we're going to talk about it on this episode. So to finalize with this episode, which has taken almost 15 minutes of this episode, I'm going to say this kind of therapy is what I meant with hypnosis. And the one I suggest is SRT, spiritual response therapy. And please, if you need any help, please, if you don't know where to start looking, please send me an email, hey@humanitywins.net, right there on the bottom left of every episode. And please, if I take a few days, it's normal. Please don't think I'm ignoring you. And we'll try to figure a way to find in your country how you can either access hypnosis or SRT. For me, option A is SRT. Option B is hypnosis. If for some reason you feel more comfortable with hypnosis. Actually, to me, it's a little bit more stressful, okay? Because you go into a hyper-meditated state, you feel you're losing control in a way, okay? It's going to be something like that. SRT, you are aware all the time. It's through the ether, okay? It's through the universe. You're connecting out there, okay? But you are very aware, so it's more enjoyable, in my opinion, okay? Again, these are my feelings. I don't know anything about anything. All right, so let's go to this slide. I hope I'm not gonna make mistakes. So this is Era of Light blog. You should be seeing this on your screen right now. And we are gonna read a blog post from Kenneth Schmidt, which is called Aligning with Our Infinite Being. I'm gonna kind of read it to you like an audiobook, but I'm gonna interject, okay? And I'm gonna try to be short because we're already taking a lot of time explaining the other things from the other episodes. So it's in the top of your screen, aligning with your infinite being. It always says it's from Era of Light, but this one is from Kenneth Schmidt. And so we start. Living in an ocean of life, we're designed to contribute to its enhancement. Yes, very important. We have a responsibility here to humanity and to the world. Okay, it's not about us. Again, I'm sorry if I sometimes come along as new age. Everything is about you. I don't mean when you say that everything is about your self-discovery, not about you being the king of the hill and all of us going to wherever. I don't say that, and I'm sorry if it's confusing sometimes. Enjoyment of life is our natural state of being. Yes, I totally agree, Kenneth, because I keep saying this about learning and enjoying. Suffering goes with justice, with hate, with fear, with envy, with that. It's like we need to suffer to enjoy. I disagree completely. Oh, we need to have hate and fear to have love. I disagree completely. No, it's not. I know this comes from the yin yang and opposing and duality and polarization and binary, that all these emotions have to go in pairs. I disagree completely. I strongly believe in my heart that this life is about enjoyment of life and learning, self-forgiving, understanding, clearer karma, which these therapies, which I mentioned, that both of them, and you don't need any of them. You could do it yourself. It's just a little bit difficult, okay? Especially at the start. So, in order to deeper understanding and compassion, we chose to engage realistically with the realm of duality. I'm going to explain that in a second. Which we could not take seriously in our natural state. Basically, to operate in this reality is very difficult, if not impossible, to do it in a natural state. So that explains the realm of duality. Basically, is like having two yous, okay? So we have the ego consciousness you, which operates in this reality. So that's the one that gets enraged. That's the one that believes in justice, believes in violence, believes in eye to an eye. That's the one that believes in competition. That's the one that believes that to be successful you have to have money. All of that, ego consciousness. Okay, and we have your natural state, which is your spirit. Okay, which is the one in the ether, in the universe. Okay, that is coming here to have an experience. So. Remember when I said on previous episode talking about ego and that we need a little ego, yes, because we disappear from this reality. I mean, so it doesn't matter how sense state you believe you are. It doesn't matter how you believe you are aligned to the spirit. We all are a work in progress on this reality, because until this three-dimensional reality disappears, and I think it's going to be soon, then yes, we're going to have full natural states, full spiritual states, and we're going to thrive. That's the answer. We're going to thrive. You're going to forget about money, disease, governments, hierarchies. All of that's going to be gone. Hating, fearing, envying, that's going to be gone. But on this reality, the most you can do is maximize the good and minimize the bad. That's it. So you're going to have your duality. You're going to have your ego consciousness, okay? So continuing, we had to create a separate space in our consciousness. That's what I'm saying. Like another you, okay? By imposing limiting beliefs, yes, upon our human expressions. You don't have any limits, but you have, it's a necessary state that you impose your limits, but all your limits are self-imposed, okay? But they're necessary in this reality. I know this is getting a little bit confusing. We still live in our entire consciousness, the consciousness of the creator of all. When we so desire, we can open our awareness to our natural expansiveness by intentionally resolving our limiting beliefs about ourselves through our intuitive knowing. Yes. It's great if you know those limits are there, but if you know why they're there and how, they don't really control you. But they are there, okay? As long as the reality is there, of course. And someone told me on the episode on all your limits are self-imposed, which is, I believe, is episode 3, which in the BitChute channel, because we were shadow banned and then deleted, I had to reboot the channel, and I'm still uploading all their episodes, okay? So if you are a BitChute subscriber and you're new, it's confusing that I'm uploading episodes from October and from April. Yes, it's because I'm rebuilding the channel, because I would like the BitChute channel to eventually have all the episodes available, like the Rumble and Brighton channel. Okay, so when I re-uploaded to the new BitChute channel the episode on all the limits are self-imposed, I got a question which is valid. I'm not discrediting this. That, okay, it's basically it's BS, because what if I jump from a building, I'm gonna die. So yes, of course, that's what I'm trying to say. On this reality, you have limits. And if someone puts a bullet in you, you're probably gonna die. And you're in a crash, probably gonna die. And if you inject yourself with poison, you're probably gonna die. So I'm not saying you're unlimited on that realm, on that sense. You don't have true limits as a spirit, okay? But on this reality, you impose those limits kind of to be able to operate. But don't take them so seriously that they limit you so much, especially going back to your spirit. That's what I'm trying to say. So, our human self is an expression of our greater multidimensional self, whom we don't know in our ego consciousness. Oh, very important. This is a breadcrumb, okay? We don't know about the spirit. And in a way, we kind of take the religions, okay? Sorry, we'll go back to religions as the solution to the spirit. And yes, religions will tell you that. You be a human, okay? You be an animal. You be physics. You be physical, 3D. No worries. And when you would like some questions on the spirit, you come here on Sunday or whatever. The religion. I know different religions. I know, for example, Muslims. Friday is the holiday. It's not Sunday. So I'm sorry if you're listening and you're from Islam or you're a Jew. I relate to the one I grew up, which is Catholicism. Okay, so yes, on Sunday or whatever day of worship, and then you have to come here, and you have, for example, with Catholicism, you have to go confess your sins, and we clear them. And of course, if you can leave a little money for the church, that's great. sorry to be sarcastic, but it sounds like that. Okay, you go there, you clear them, you go the next month. I'm sorry, Father, I have sinned again. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, I can. Okay, we'll clear you again, and they're washing the car. Okay, so no, you don't. This is gonna sound for really religious people. You don't really need religion. You basically need to understand who you are and your relationship to God and your consciousness. Okay, so in this ego consciousness, this three-dimensional reality, we really don't go into the spirit. We don't know anything about the spirit. You have to do an effort, a conscious effort, okay, to go into your spirit and understand basically who you are, and that opens so much to you. That's why I keep suggesting this. Okay, if this will be something you will suffer, something that will limit you, I will never suggest it to you. But believe me, when you understand who you are, when you understand you go into a mirror or a camera, as I'm right now, and what's reflecting on the camera, those cells, those atoms, that matter is not you. You're something else. Okay, you are part of this tremendous consciousness. Okay, you're basically, as I said, a blimp of God. You are a copy of God, and we all have a path through our free will, which is amazing. So that's why I keep saying, if you want to come on the show, great, but we could talk about many things, but let's talk about your story, because every story is amazing, especially if you have dwelled into past existences, past expressions. I really would like to hear about that, and for the audience. Fortunately, that hasn't happened so far, and I do get a few contacts through email, and they say, you know what, I don't like the camera. I already said the camera is no problem. You know what, I'll think about it, but I haven't been able to get people on the show. And I think it's a thing of sheer size. I mean, if you have 1,000 subscribers, you're probably going to get 10, 20 people on the show. Right now, that we have 200, I haven't been able to get only a few, the ones you have seen, okay? Most of them, by the way, come from Waking the Future anyway. So I thank them, because basically this show wouldn't exist if not from my friends, Joel and Pat from Waking the Future. That's a reality, okay? So I thank them, and I will always be thankful to them. So, I'm going to move the screen a little bit now. So we're in the second paragraph. It is our intuitive awareness that gives us the ability to know our true self. Yes. As ego consciousness humans, three-dimensional humans, we have allowed ourselves to be so distracted by the stimulating energy patterns of the world around us. Yes, all the distractions by the systems. I'm going to try to speed up. We have gone for a while now, so I'm going to not interject as much. But basically, these are all these stimulating distractions, okay? And everything, entertainment, fear, hate, you're black, hate white, you're white, hate blacks, you're a Jew, hate Christians, you're Christian, hate Jews, you're from Europe, hate Russians, you're from Russians, hate Americans, you're from America, hate, I don't know. So all of these things that they put into us to keep us distracted and just vibrating here in the three dimensions, okay? So they have been largely unaware of our intuitive guidance. In our limiting beliefs, we harbor limiting. Yes, very obvious. Negative energy patterns deep within. By serious introspection, we can learn where we hide them. There are attachments to parasitic processes, yes, and I keep saying this, a parasitic energy that keep us vibrating low. And why they are parasitic? Because we're like the host and they abuse us. And these are huge energy harvesting processes. So basically, they need us much more than we need them. We don't need them at all. Just we need to realize that. And to realize that, you need to realize who you are. So this, you see, there's a chain here. The first step is realizing how strong you are, who you are, that you don't need anyone. You don't need a government. You don't need, a system. You don't need anyone. We're going to rebuild everything. And it's going to be much better. We're not going to use anything at all from the old system, okay? It's going to be a brand new world, okay? So going back, there are attachments to parasitic processes that sap our life force, yes, the energy harvesting process, and keep us in fear and disease, yes. That's why there's not going to be any disease on a new world, because there's not going to be a parasitic process, and then there's not going to be a sap of our life force. We're going to build things that do good to us, and they're at least neutral. Right now, everything they build is to harm us. Everything. The device you're listening to this video, whatever it is, a computer, a tablet, a phone, your refrigerator, your car, whatever you go that is artificial, whatever thing, it doesn't have to be any electronic, is to harm you, okay? They have designed that way, it's by design. Once we realize their presence and their purpose, we have the ability to release them and retrieve our vitality and greater creative power. And yes, I'm in that process, okay? It's very difficult, and I'm a work in process, and it's very difficult because I get attached to the lower realm energies every day. But believe me, if you just start thinking about love, good, love, you just start thinking of who you are, that you are so much, you feel this inner power growing in you. It's coming from your DNA, it's coming from the Akashic records, it's coming from the ether. So for me, that's why I keep suggesting on comments. I usually comment a lot on BitChute, on Waking the Future. And I say, please stop being concerned about the injection, about the deaths, about the war, about whatever. That's why they want. That's what they want, okay? That's why they love the alternative media, the Stu Peters, the Alex Jones, all of that, okay? The only one I keep insisting I think is different is David Icke, but I don't know. I will need to have a chat with him, like, try to ask those two, three questions, like, really, David, why do you don't try to help humanity if you can? I mean, you really have done well yourself financially, understand it's a business, but why you say we must hate them? When you know perfectly, I know he knows, that we must love them. We must love everything, including the parasites, including the system, including that. That doesn't mean we want them in our lives, in the new world. They're not going to be able to vibrate there. It's impossible for them, and they know it. And that's why through CERN and other artificial techniques, they're trying to follow us there, like saying, don't leave us behind. You see, we want to be with you. We want to help you. We're just very confused. Okay, so I hope it makes sense now. So it's going to be now the third paragraph. Although thought or attachments to limiting beliefs about ourselves have been necessary for us to live in the limited compartment of conscious of the realm of duality, basically what I'm telling you a few minutes ago. These limiting beliefs are kind of necessary for us to live in this limited hijacked reality. It's all that. We can realize what they are through our intuition. Our intuitive knowing is a way to realize our expansiveness. Yes, realize who you are. Realize you're so much more, and then suddenly it expands. But it's not like an artificial expanding, okay? It's just discovering who you truly are, because you have been limited. I hope it makes sense. There are many ways we can enhance our awareness of it. Being calm in nature while contemplating the energy around us and opening our awareness to the depth of being in everything. We can learn a deep meditation technique, which can carry us into alignment with the energy of the heart of our being. We can sing, sorry about that. We can sing from the energy of our heart because we can feel it. Inspiring music can help us to elevate our vibrations and open our awareness to a realm of heartfelt energy. Okay, so I'm going to move along here. It's the last paragraph. Once we're aware that we can know a higher dimension of energetics, we can intuitively realize its reality. When we accept this, we can live in universal consciousness. This is very important. I'm going to repeat it again. Once we're aware that we can know a higher dimension of energetics, the best version, who we truly are, we can intuitively realize its reality. You make your own reality. You make your own best reality. When we accept this, we can live in universal consciousness. It's a matter of developing sensitivity and confidence in our intuitive knowing, which comes from the consciousness that creates us and gives us our life force. It is unlimited in what it can do for us through the energy of our heart, and it's all we need to live abundant, fulfilling lives in service to the creation and enhancement of our life. By Kenneth Schmidt. So this is great stuff, and my suggestion is the link is going to be on the show notes if you want to read again, because I probably it's a little bit difficult reading through the screen, and I apologize, probably not the best reader, so I know I kind of lost my reading through there, and I interjected a lot, but if you want to go read it again, and I know Era of Light comes like New Age, But first of all, it's not one person just publishing posts. They're like syndicating content from different sources, and especially Kenneth Smith, really great stuff. And if you see, he didn't go into aliens or he didn't go into the 5 dimension. He didn't go into that. He didn't need to. It was just a great post. So now I'm going to share with you this thing about Kenneth Schmidt and this his website, and that's going to be in the show notes. And he lives in Hawaii. This is a little bit about him, and I'm going to try to contact him and request an interview, okay? Let's hope it happens. It will be great. I cannot assure you that. And someone once told me, okay, why should we expose to things that are probably going to fail? No, I don't agree. The only failure here is not contacting Ken Schmidt. He can say yes or no. And if he says no, that's great, no problem. But we must try to get him on the show because I think it's very important to this message we're trying to get along. It's all about this discovery process of you, okay? The other stuff, the Loch Ness Monster, CERN, the Denver airport, I'm trying just to pick subjects that might be interesting, and I think it's working in a way because we have really got a new set of subscribers in, and I please ask you to be patient with us, to be patient with me, to be patient with the channel, that we're going to get subjects that they're going to interest you, but I'm going to interject these kind of stories of maybe, just maybe you deciding to go into your own and discover who you are, okay? So that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this new style. I hope it worked well. I'm going to quality check it in a few minutes after I build the whole video and produce it. So if everything is okay, I thank you very much. You honor me for watching. If everything is okay, I should be back on Friday. So this week I'm going to do just 3 episodes. I'm going to go back to that. And the weeks I'm not able to do it, I'm going to do 2. So I'm sorry. Again, as I said, it helps me a lot. If you want to come on the show, that's a very easy show to produce because basically we chat, I record it, and basically produce it in a matter of minutes. So I'm probably going to have Michelle from Ireland soon as she launches her Truth for Trauma channel. We're gonna probably go into their channel. I'm gonna try this new system of having her and then pausing in a way, going to the channel and both of us talking about it. And let's see how you like it. So it's not only, showing the face all the time. Thank you very much. If everything's okay, I should be back on Friday. Please enjoy this reality. Please enjoy it. It's very important. Enjoy your family and friends. So when we leave, we don't leave anything behind in a way. Hope it makes sense. Please stay for the last 3 minutes of the show. We want you on the show. Send me an email to hey@humanitywins.net to schedule an interview. Help me out by making the show more interesting, fun, and knowledgeable by having you on and giving our viewers the opportunity to learn from you. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Please be sure to check out our friends from Waking the Future and their awaken-attire.com shop. They gave me my first opportunity to speak about this and I will be forever grateful. Link to their channel and shop on the show notes. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.